Hi guys, I just thought I'd give you a little look at the ULA Plus version of Roust. There's that great screen done by Craig. Here's the music done by David. Fantastic work. Let's have a little listen. This is actually a tune from around about the 17th century, and I really liked it, thought it would work with the game, and David did some great work there converting it. He also got the logo working up there, which was quite a remarkable thing to get. It's about 2K compressed down to about 450 bytes, so we were able to get a really nice logo on the front, which really helps with the first impression when the player starts. Yeah, so without further ado, let's have a look. As you can see, the colours have been changed here to look a lot more like the arcade. And I'll give you a little talk over here. I'm going to have a quick game. I don't get too far, but yeah, the first level, pretty straightforward really. Just stay at the top, wait for the birds to spawn, and just take them out really. One of the challenges that I had here was working with the eggs and then the generating the men and so on, because obviously AGD doesn't allow so many sprites on screen at once. And so what actually happens is that when you kill a bird, it turns into an egg. When it stops, it turns into an object, and that's the way that I got around that. Because obviously, when the bird is flying back to pick up the man, then that's actually the same sprite as the egg itself coming back to kind of pick itself up. So yeah, I was pretty pleased with the way that turned out. Anyway, here I go. Got a guy here floating up the top. If you drop down a bit, he'll drop down, and then I should... Whoops, don't want to take him on there. Yeah, if you land here, just do a little hop. Often that'll be the best way, because you'll fly and you'll get to the highest level and take him out. Now, obviously, it gets a little bit trickier at this point, because we take out the platforms, and so the best thing really to do is just wait here, and because you've got that extra space in the middle, you've got a little bit more room to kind of bounce around, and this is what you should be doing when you bounce like this, and then if you kind of bounce, stay still, don't flap too much, you should be able to sort of just pick them off one by one like this, as I'm doing, and before you know it, you have finished and got yourself a bonus 1,000 points, which you get if you don't die on that level. Okay, another thing that I found was quite a challenge was the AI, because initially when I wrote the code, I had the birds behaving in a very similar way to the player. So they sort of just died there. Never mind. They sort of flapped around and they followed the gravity and the same physics as the player does. But when I did that, the code was so long that it was actually slowing down the whole process. And I soon realized that it really wasn't necessary for the enemies to have the same sort of gravity. They could just kind of fly about, move up and down a little bit, follow the player to some extent, and that would create enough of a challenge and an illusion of physics. And once I did that, I was able to get 5 or 6 sprites on screen at once. This egg wave, of course, a big feature of the game, something you really should make sure you collect as many of those eggs as you can. Another challenge, I actually created a little array which basically said where the eggs can spawn. So they are random, but they are random from a selection of, I think, about 20 different possible places, and that also worked out pretty well in the end as well. So yeah, as the waves go along, the birds get progressively tougher and faster. The green ones are the slowest. The first 4 waves are green, and wave 4 actually has 1 purple. Then you have an egg wave, and they're all purple, as you saw here. And then after that, they're all purple. And in the first wave there are 3, then there are 4, then there are 5. And then there's an extra enemy with the next level up, so that would be a red one in this case. And then after that they go up to blue, up to level 20, and after level 20 it doesn't really get any harder then, because all the enemies are blue and they are pretty tough. We're not going to see any in this one because very soon I'm going to die, and that will be the end of the game. Anyway, that's it. Just a little preview. Obviously, big thanks again to David and to Craig for the great work they did. Couldn't have done without them. And yeah, I hope you like the new colours. It's great on ZXDS if you want to play on your Nintendo DS. Looks really nice. Also on Speccy, which is what I'm using here. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Take good care of yourselves. And as always, happy coding and happy gaming. Bye bye.